The Pulse of Spokane is a broad show that showcases many different things in our community, sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You. Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Kent Adams here. I hope you're having a really good day. These are crazy times, to say the least. And one of the things we're going to talk about today is the PPE program, which the Chamber and others in town are distributing to small businesses. Some help with the face masks and sanitizer and other things so they can keep their employees and their customers safe. We'll talk about that right after we come back.
Join us at Paint Night, where you release your inner artist, hosting events in Spokane and surrounding areas. We are the party on wheels and can come to your choice of locations. We specialize in private events, corporate team building, and fundraisers. We are the original Paint Night and want you to join in the fun. Check us out at www.paintnight.com, and we always offer $10 off with the code SPOKANE10.
Hi, I'm Dave Lucas, running to be your state senator. I'm a husband, father, and Marine veteran with almost 22 years of experience. I know during this current medical emergency and time of uncertainty, people are concerned. I hope you and your family are doing well. I have the experience, leadership, and training to move us past this crisis. To learn more about me and my campaign for state senator, please follow me on my Twitter, Facebook, or my website at votedavelucas.net. Thank you, and stay well.
To help you be safe, Washington state law requires you to call 811 2 full business days before you plan, for example, to dig, drill, plow, pull from, or pound anything into the ground. Be prepared to provide the operator with the correct address, cross street, and a description of your work. You must mark the dig area with white paint. The operator will inform you of the utilities notified of your impending excavation. Wait for all their marks. Be safe and dig with care.
When building a home or considering a major remodel, who are you going to choose? The Spokane Home Builders Association is an organization that works to elevate professionalism in the residential construction industry. We promote, protect, and educate for our community, building our community one home at a time. We are the Spokane Home Builders Association.
Well, welcome back. Good to have you. And I'm pleased to have Cindy Wendell here. She's working with GSI and others and trying to spend a couple $1 million from the county, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. When I say that jokingly, but really the county commissioners really stepped up and helped fund what small businesses need, and that is, with all the things going on these days of reopening, in the case of some small businesses where they can't serve as many people, like food establishments and so forth, it's like, am I going to survive, and so forth. And we've all seen some of the places have closed. But worrying about the little things like masks and sanitizer and all of that, and just even where do you pick it up? Mm-hmm. But the chamber, I call it the chamber, okay, it goes back 40-some years when I worked at the Spokane Chamber, okay?
Oh, wow.
Sorry, so yeah, it's old habit. GSI stepped up, and you and the folks there are really helping to get out to small businesses with some supplies. Talk about how that's going to work and what that's going to mean, because you've already gotten some requests from small businesses.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this was definitely a group and a large team effort. It was, right away, the county with the emergency response recognized that our economy was very important.
Yes.
We've got public health, but we also have an economy that we need to make sure is taken care of.
Well, the economy is public health too.
Yes.
You think about some of the depression and suicides and and everything else going on out there, and we often forget about that, and that is important.
It's a huge piece of how we're going to be able to recover.
Yes.
And the path we take. And so we stood up a couple different work streams, and I've been working on those to lead those efforts. And PPE was one of those issues that really bubbled up when we were talking to our small businesses about what do you need to be successful?
Yeah.
What are you going to need to keep your employees and your customers safe?
And do I have to spend all day or 2 days going out and buying things all around town and so forth, right?
Right. And the big thing too is, trying to think about all the different types of businesses we have in Spokane County.
Yes.
So we've got large businesses, but we have some amazing locally owned small businesses that this is a major barrier for. Trying to source it, then continue to source it, the right pricing, the supply chain. We learned as we were trying to buy things, which items were hard to find, ones that weren't being shipped until July or August. So it was a learning experience for all of us, but the goal is to make sure that every small business, and over 16,000 in the county qualify
Wow.
for this PPE distribution. And that would, and the data that shows us back a year ago, though, those 16,000 businesses employed 93,000 people. So when we went to the county, the commissioners were very passionate about making sure that we could cover as many businesses as possible. And
Yes.
so this is for businesses and nonprofits, very
Right.
they have
Yes.
49 or fewer employees.
Okay.
And so they can come. We've got a registration link, which thank you for sharing.
Yes.
And they can come register between Monday and Thursday next week to come pick up between 9 and 4.
Okay.
We will be giving away a gallon of hand sanitizer, a gallon of disinfectant cleaner. We have disposable facial coverings as well as fabric facial coverings.
Wow.
We have vinyl gloves. And FEMA gave us an allocation of some thermometers.
Okay.
So we did have some parameters for those. Those have already been spoken for.
Right.
But we were grateful to FEMA for doing some of those for us. We've got youth-sized masks and for daycares and some of our youth providers.
Neat. I wouldn't have even thought of that.
So we're pretty excited. That was
That's
that was an
great.
idea that came up, and so I followed up on that, and we made sure that we procured those, and so I'm really excited about those. And so it's just going to be a great community effort. We actually have a volunteer website. United Way is partnering with us.
Okay.
And so we have it open to the public for the public to come in. We're going to need 50 to 70 people there on site at all times.
Okay.
Helping us distribute all of this product, and so we're working with them, and that goes live. I'll get you that link as well, and
Okay,
so we
good.
can share that with the community. Some of our larger businesses, STCU has already stepped up and has given some of their employees and secured a big chunk of time, and
Neat.
we're really excited to have everybody partner together.
Yes, we're a city, we're a county, but we're still that small town, aren't we?
Yeah.
And I don't think, I'd be hard pressed to think back on any time of my 40-some years here when this community hasn't stepped up to help a cause.
Right.
And to step up. And there's, in my mind, nothing more important than our nonprofits and our small businesses. So many of them, owners have stepped up and mortgaged their homes and everything else.
Maxed credit cards. This is their. This is
They
like
don't
family
know.
to them.
Yes,
Their
I mean,
employees
and
their
I
business.
laugh when I say and borrowed from their kids' future education fund, and someone said, "Well, that's not actually funny, Kent, because I have." I mean, people have done what they've needed to stay in business, which ultimately means for their employees too. It's not just them. It's about hiring the 5 and keeping the 5 to 49 folks that are working there and so forth. From a consumer standpoint, it continues to give us options of where we can eat, where we can do business too. Because we start losing some of these businesses, we don't have the option except Amazon or something like that. And so this is a great project.
Yes,
So
we're just we want to make sure that, like you said, this is that Main Street feel of
Yes.
what small business does for communities, and we know the statistics that show an overwhelming majority of our business comes from small business
Yes.
in any economy, and so we also are working really hard to address any barrier that a business has to be able to get this PPE. And so we're working with our multi-ethnic business-owned community,
Good.
women, veteran-owned, tribal-owned businesses.
Right.
So when they register, if they select one of those categories, we've reserved Monday morning actually for any of those businesses to come through.
Nice.
So we can get them the supplies they need. And we're working with business organizations such as AHANA, INBA and SIMBA and others, our neighborhood business districts, to make sure that we are trying to reach every single business we
Good.
can. A lot of those don't have traditional channels. Again, like when we talk about business owners working really hard and basically leveraging everything they have,
Yes.
they're also so busy running their businesses.
I was
that
going to say, they're
they
in a
don't-
survival mode. right now.
Exactly. They
still
don't
are.
know where all this stuff is. They're not members of chambers necessarily and all these other trade organizations that a lot of businesses are.
Right.
But they go to work, they work hard, they try to provide jobs. So we need to reach out to them,
So
make sure they hear about
So you come
this.
out, it's going to be out at the fairgrounds, right?
Yes. Yep,
Okay. So
fairgrounds.
you spend a half hour or so in your car going around to the various things to pick up and so forth.
Exactly.
Instead of hours around town wondering if you've got the best deal, or you send one of your employees out and they come back with something that isn't exactly what you want and so forth. So this is the one-stop shopping for PPE.
Yes, and we
Yeah.
have been able to source some of it locally, which has been fantastic.
Right.
Huge goal of ours is to make sure these dollars are spent locally.
Sure.
Did as much as we could in that aspect. But yeah, they'll stay in their car. We'll load it up for them. They don't, it comes out on the average size business, I would say about a 30-day supply of what they're going to need.
Okay.
Some businesses, this will last a lot longer.
Yeah.
Some of them, it'll only be a week or two, depending on how many employees they have. But for those that have already been in business and purchasing their own PPE and sourcing it, I was just telling the commissioners, but this is a great way for us to say thank you, continue to do what you're doing.
Right.
We want to help take care of some costs for you. Those that aren't open yet, they can help prepare.
Okay.
Because we do know that we do want to help our businesses prepare
Right.
and make sure our county's ready to go from phase 2 to phase 3.
Right.
And so we want to make sure everybody's got what they need and the employees feel safe when they go to work. And that our customers feel safe and confident when they go out into the marketplace. And
So when we come by to pick all this up, and I'll be there Monday afternoon, so I expect a band and everything else. I'm kidding, of course. How much is this going to set me back?
0. A little time,
Okay.
maybe a little gas money. That's
Yeah.
it. It's all free.
Okay.
All free.
I wanted to be sure that was said.
Thank you.
Okay, because I think that's important. Yes, you may spend an hour getting out there and driving out and coming back to your business and all of that, but the cost to you as a business owner is nothing. And it's
Nothing.
one-stop shopping and all that goes with it. How can people, you can still take reservations for this, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we're going to leave it open all next week as well. So
Okay,
you can register
okay.
now through Thursday morning. And we'll, like I said, you have the registration. People can go to greaterspokane.org.
Okay.
It's on our website as well.
Okay.
And we do have an email inbox for anybody that has any questions.
Okay.
But they can email ppeinfo@greaterspokane.org. And I'm looking at all those emails and can help answer questions. And so it's going to be quite, to me, it's another almost Christmas holiday. I'm so excited for next week. It's been a great partnership. The county commissioners have really stepped up.
Well, and congratulations for them. I think that's probably the $90 million that they got for the area and
Yes.
so forth. And I know they want to spend it wisely. This is a very wise way to do it to help our small businesses, which really help the almost 100,000 employees.
Absolutely.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
That really is. Any last words on to get more info or anything?
To just, yes, look at and please share if you're a business. Please make sure that we know business owners know
You're
a
not
lot
gonna
of other
run out,
business
are you?
owners. No.
Okay.
And we want to make sure that everybody hears about this. So please share it on social media. Make
Good
sure
point.
that you share the email inbox if you can't find the registration link. But just tell everybody you know that's a business owner to go make sure that they register. And we could really use the help getting out to
Yeah,
all the businesses
yeah.
in the entire county. We have over 30-some zip codes that have already registered. And I'm looking at all those statistics daily.
Yeah.
And we're doing a good job of getting all over the county. So we really need to make sure we reach all corners.
But the people you're wanting to reach are busy people who are trying to survive again.
Yes.
This the same folks that are going to come out. And sometimes they just, for one reason or another, they've got the tunnel vision of how am I going to make it through today and this week.
Yeah.
And so even employees, if you've heard this message, tell your boss. Pass the word, okay?
Thank you.
This is going to be a good help. So
Thank you.
And I'll be out there Monday to get our supplies for the station.
We look forward to seeing you.
All right, thank you.
Perfect. Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks for watching the Pulse of Spokane. Almost said Spokane the Pulse, but thanks for watching.
When we opened the doors the first day, we started with a counter full of maybe a dozen selections of a dozen cupcakes. We sold out, and it just went crazy from there. I'm Sally. I run Sweet Frosting's Blissful Bake Shop downtown Spokane. It's almost 40 years of baking for me. We now do between 1,000 and 2,000 cupcakes a day. The variety of cupcakes is kind of like the variety of services that STCU provides for us. Since we opened this site in 2014, they've been our banker. We are producing for 4 stores right here, so we have 35 to 40 employees at any one time. There's an STCU close to virtually every one of my stores, and every time I get a new employee, that's the first place we send them. STCU is such a good fit. It's just so convenient for me to have them as neighbors. They are always so pleasant and always so helpful, and we have a lot of little needs. They've always been behind me 100%, so it's a good thing to have that partnership.
Here at River Ridge Hardware, we carry a great selection of Krylon brand spray paints, Color Master, general purpose, the Rust Protector for taking care of metal, Fusion for taking care of plastics, and the Super Max that can take care of it all.
Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.